initially, I didn't want to, bring out my take on the saga or the scandal between Frank Udoho and our own very dear Chike and the wife of Frank, of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You know, the famed Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Frank? Yes, it has been alleged that Chike, the musician, was having an affair with Frank Udoho's wife. And then the woman is, in fact, let me just shock you. That woman, she's very, very pretty. She's very beautiful. And way far too young or younger than Frank Udoho. But be it as it may, there is no reason for a wife, there is no rationale for a wife to cheat on the husband. In fact, cheating generally, for me, is a deal breaker, right? Now, when you forgive a cheating wife, according to Frank Udoho, it breeds disrespect. And of course, he rightly said so, because when you forgive a cheating wife, she will cheat again. But the only difference is that this time around, she will become more smarter. She will try to be smarter than she was before, so you don't catch her the second time. All right? And then when you forgive a cheating, be it on the man or on the woman, all right, the person will actually put you in an endless loop of cheating galore, and then you risk contracting diseases. And then this thing is not uncommon among celebrities. They co-cheat, all right? They co-cheat, and that is why a lot of Nigerians, sensible Nigerians, when they want to get married, they go get someone that is relatively unknown. Not that it's even very safe or very guaranteed, but it's better that way. All right? And then you look at a young, vibrant guy like Chike Odeka here, and then a man that is already in decline, as Frank, he is already, because I knew Frank when I was, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was playing then, when I was still in JS2 or JS3, right? So money brother, we are not age mates or borozikwa. Now you going to get a UP small ononogo, you go and bring her, and then maybe one or two you don't satisfy her, it becomes a problem for you. What it means, or men that still have a little bit of agrimawai. At that age, I feel that if you needed to get a wife, you get someone who is a little bit more elderly, not that level of ononogo. Well, it's my own personal opinion, all right, because this one, she still want to explore life, and then you go get her, and then you see, she has fallen prey. I don't know who was actually the prey, all right, because it's possible. And then there was a video that came online some time ago where Chike was saying that he once met a girl who she was having an affair with in her church, and the girl was a choir mistress, and then she rendered in churches, praise and worship in church, and even spoke in tongue. And then he became so out, speaking tongue. All right, and then Inaya and Sandra, a choir person in Chike's church, and she also speaks in tongue. So that maybe that was a cue towards what was happening, even though people didn't really grab it at the time. I'm not saying she's the one though, but that is why some men trusting some other men around their wives is very rare and difficult these days. Or some women even trusting their friends around her husband. It's also very delicate. It's a very delicate venture on its own too. But man, know thyself. Man, know thyself.